What if you could stop chasing stocks and start catching the wave before it breaks? In Learn to Trade Momentum Stocks, former hedge fund manager and trading educator Matthew R. Kratter demystifies one of the most profitable yet misunderstood strategies in the stock market. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is a disciplined, rules-based guide to identifying stocks with strong upward momentum and riding them for quick, consistent gains. Kratter explains that momentum trading is not about predicting the future, but about reacting to the present, buying strength and selling weakness with precision. He breaks down his proprietary A+ setup, teaching readers how to spot high-probability trade entries, manage risk effectively, and avoid the emotional pitfalls that destroy most retail traders. If you are tired of buying stocks that go nowhere or getting shaken out of winners too early, this audiobook will provide the technical framework and psychological discipline to trade with confidence. Kratter begins by defining momentum and explaining why it works, grounding the strategy in market psychology and supply and demand dynamics. The audiobook format is particularly effective here, as Kratter's narration is clear, direct, and highly instructional. His voice acts as a seasoned mentor, delivering complex technical concepts with a pacing that allows for comprehension and retention. Listeners feel empowered by the logic as he strips away the noise of financial news and focuses on pure price action. It creates an atmosphere of professional clarity, replacing gambling instincts with strategic execution. The core of the book details the specific criteria for finding momentum stocks, such as relative volume, price structure, and catalyst events. Kratter provides step-by-step instructions for scanning the market, setting up watch lists, and identifying the perfect entry point. He emphasizes the importance of risk management, teaching listeners how to set stop losses and take profit levels to protect capital. These sections are tactical and immediate, offering a toolkit for daily trading. The narrator guides listeners through these technical setups with precision, ensuring that the rules are understood and actionable. It transforms abstract chart patterns into tangible trading opportunities. One of the most compelling aspects of Learn to Trade Momentum Stocks is its focus on simplicity and repeatability. Kratter argues that successful trading doesn't require knowing everything about a company, but rather understanding what the market is doing right now. He discourages overanalysis and encourages a less-is-more approach to chart reading. These insights are psychologically liberating and practically efficient, appealing to those who want a streamlined process. The audiobook captures this minimalist philosophy with a tone that is confident and concise. It reminds listeners that complexity is the enemy of execution. The book also addresses the mental game of trading, discussing how to handle losses, avoid revenge trading, and maintain consistency. Kratter shares personal anecdotes from his time on Wall Street, highlighting the mistakes he made and the lessons he learned. These reflections are emotionally resonant and professionally valuable, adding depth to the technical instruction. The narrator handles these topics with honesty, creating a vision of a trader who is disciplined and resilient. It invites listeners to master themselves before mastering the market. As the guide progresses, Kratter explores advanced techniques, such as scaling in and out of positions, trading different timeframes, and adapting to changing market conditions. He provides examples of real trades, walking listeners through the decision-making process from start to finish. These sections are educational and illustrative, marking the transition from theory to practice. The audiobook supports this applied learning, with a pacing that encourages review and refinement. Learn to Trade Momentum Stocks concludes with an invitation to trade trading as a business, not a hobby. Matthew R. Kratter leaves listeners with the understanding that consistency comes from following a plan, not from luck. For aspiring traders, investors, or anyone interested in the mechanics of the stock market, this audiobook is an essential resource. It proves that momentum is a force you can harness. So put on your headphones, open your charts, and listen. The next move is waiting.